the cross. Ghettos to the left of us, flowers to the right. There'll be bread for all of us if we can just bear the cross.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. Welcome once again to History Mystery. Oh boy, what a week! What a week! What a week! What a week! As you can tell, I'm broadcast from a new location, and it's all good. Um, just come out of a meeting. I think it's going to be some dynamic things happening around WAEN within the next year or so. So, I want y'all to be around, help us out. Call the station, text the station, whatever you do, communicate with the station. Just come on in and bring it on. We're going to be doing some amazing things. And right now, as you can tell, I'm in another location and everything is fine, though. My engineer, bless his heart, we did a show in Dalton, Georgia this weekend, and he's asthmatic, and we happened to be in a nightclub that was full of smoke, so y'all know he's not feeling too well today. So I'm gonna manage this thing by myself right now. But I had my topics all laid out. Tell you about the week on the model system. It was a pretty good week. Things was pretty quiet this week. I did see some overly large people. I'm gonna not say fat, but they were very large, and a couple of them they had to take up two seats. I think they may have glandular problems, or either they may need to be pushed away from the table a little more often. But anyhow, that was sort of something that caught the eye because it was two or three of them together. Matter of fact, one of them could hardly walk. They was using crutches to sort of help them move. I hope that it would be my hope that there's something to help them if they don't want to be in the situation that they're in, because they were too large. I've seen big people, who can get around, do everything basically anybody else can do, but I doubt if these three people can do that. And they're on the mass transit system, and they're taking up a lot of space. I don't even believe these people could fly. I felt bad for them, even if they don't feel bad for themselves, because most things that we have in life as a human race in this country, it would not accommodate them. They were just too large for that. So, I did. I felt bad for those three people. In the news, and most Atlantans know this, it may have gotten around the country, around the world, but there were 50 arrests. I don't know if it was this weekend or last night or whatever, for prostitution in Atlanta, in Midtown. And one of the stings they showed them, they did the recording, and the guy told him, say, man, you look great riding down the street on your 10-speed. You look like Lance Armstrong with your super shorts on. Yeah, the 50 was 50 men that was prostituting. I hate that it comes to that, but that's the oldest profession. At least that's what they say. Known to man is prostitution. So not only is it known to man, it's now being provided. The service of prostitution is being provided by men. Now it may not be anything new because I've told you before as my audience that back in the Roman days, the Romans they were big on being gay. That's why they had those spas and pools, and only men were allowed to go there. They played with each other, and the little boys. That was a big thing for Romans back in the time. They would conquer places and kill the women and girls and rape the men for disgracing them. But hey, enough of that. But that was just something that happened. That was in the news. That was in Atlanta. That was in Midtown, and it just so happened I've been trying to get a gay lesbian show produced. Not that I'm gay or, well, I'm not lesbian, but I have been trying to get one produced. So, if anybody out there, if you know anybody and they want to participate, want to have their own show, because, truly in Atlanta, we have a large gay and lesbian population. And I don't know of a gay or lesbian television show or anything that's locally based. We have a lot of minority shows, even Hispanic shows, that are locally based, but none that I know that are lesbian or gay. So that's something new, and I like to do it. I think it'll be something, to see what the community are all about. I know normally that they're human beyond their sexuality, but some of the guys, or should I say girls, and some of the girls, or should I see, that's what the part that get me is that the women that look like men, and then the men that look like women. I saw one, now he was shaped like a woman. He was turning men heads. He was actually shaped like a woman. But I see some of the most beautiful women walking around with other women. And I've seen I know these men that are dressed up like women. There's got to be men who are messing with them, and you just don't see them. That means in our heterosexual society, what they call undercover fags, they're there. And because somebody is doing this, it's just like the guy that pulled up in the truck for the Sting. He was acting as though he was a straight man, and hey, I saw you and this, that, and the other, but I don't know how to express it exactly. I'm trying to realize, why would a man want to lay with a man, and why would a woman want to lay with a woman when ultimately you're trying to achieve the same thing? I'm sort of perplexed. It's a touchy subject. Nobody wants to touch it. It's been around for years, for ages even. There again, I took you to the Roman time, and I'm quite sure that in Greek time that maybe, when the Greeks ruled, that it was there. I've read little inserts that says even when Kublai Khan, I think that's his name, one of the Chinese warriors, that they had them even, I'm not positive. I mean, I'm confused of why and how, because there's a seed that's planted in me that makes me want to be more with a woman than to be with a man. It's it's just me. You know, they're human. They have good spirits. I know some of them, and I've played cards with them, and some of them very good spirited people. Outside of what that their preference for intimacy, being with the same sex. Um, it's it's still perplexing to me, even though I've seen the same behavior even in the animal world. I've seen dogs doing this thing, and it was part of dominance. I know it happens in our prisons, and there again, even when it happens in our prison, it's part of domination. You know, um, so I guess the 50 that they arrested, I'm wondering, are they going to put them in the population with the men, or is there another population that they have that that they separate them, and then yeah, crazy thoughts, y'all, just crazy thoughts. Really, really, truly, um, and it's just my thought process, um, because I'm trying to figure it out. It's close in my family. I've had family members that been part of the gay society, so and I still wonder. I really do. I wondered even about him, even though he wouldn't let any of his friends mess with me as a family member. I always just wondered, and his lifestyle killed him. No, it wasn't AIDS. It was a supposedly heterosexual male who went there and had sex with him and asked him for some money, and he didn't have any, and they killed him. And this was a guy that I knew. I knew the guy. Me and him lived in the same neighborhood. We had the same neighborhood name, and I used to play with this guy, and um, he used to date some of the girls, like, in any neighborhood, a couple of guys I almost end up dating the same girl and all this stuff, and it was just perplexing. I even had a couple of close male friends that I didn't know that were doing that type of lifestyle as well as being with women. So, it sort of put me on a uneasy keel. Can I say that and still be politically correct? I'm not sure, because the subject of gay and lesbian is so touchy. At least that's the way we treat it, as though it's so touchy. We don't talk about it. Why is it so? Is it healthy? It may be, but I know a lot of people, a lot of males that I knew in my past from church, the pianist and the choir director and the organist, and out of those three, two of them dead from AIDS for their lifestyle. Lifestyle is a very touchy subject, because you got people, that like to smoke weed. Some like to snort cocaine. That's their lifestyle. That's still considered a lifestyle. Some are devout Christians. That's a lifestyle. Muslim. That's Islam. It's a lifestyle. You know. So, but this gay lesbian thing. I was just shocked when I first saw the article, 50 prostitutes. Then to see that it was males, it really. At first, I was hoping they were trying to sell it to the women, reverse this role, you know. But they called them gigolos. But I was hoping they was trying to reverse that role, but they wasn't. It was male on male, and it was a sting that the Atlanta police pulled in Midtown, and they got 50 of these people. That's a lot of male prostitutes on the streets of Atlanta. If it's 50 of them out there prostituting, then there's 50 plus men who, ladies, they're coming home to you all, or they're taking you all out to the movies and stuff, but they still, they go both ways. Let's put it that way. They bisexual. I guess that's what you would call it. Heterosexual, gay, bisexual, yeah. So, but I still want to start a show because I want gay and lesbian people to come and talk about what they want to talk about. Or I was asked to do a reality show. Okay. And I'm wondering, do they know what it takes to do a reality show? Because I don't. I know it takes a lot of money to have cameras around 24 hours, but I have had some gay guys who say, yeah, we would love to do this, but we want to do a reality show. But we here at WAEN, right as of now, we don't have the equipment or the manpower to be there 24/7 or even 16 hours out of the day and let them sleep. That's tiring. It will cost a lot of money. I would have to bring in a lot of people. So I don't know if that idea is going to float. But it was just something that was in the news and it caught my attention, and I think it caught quite a few others' attention. Because one of the things we look at in that profession, in the heterosexual community, is that there were women on the street corner wearing shorts, and men was pulling over, and they were paying for their services. In this case, it was men wearing shorts and men pulling over and propositioning them, and they were passing the price. I don't know. He told him it was $20 for one thing, and then he asked me to say, well, what if I want more? He said, it'll be $20 or he can get a full package. I think he said for $50. Now, what does that mean? Your guess is better than mine, because I don't know what a full package is for $50 from a male to a male. I can only truly think of two things you could do. At least with a female, you can always, say three. But I don't know. I'm going to try to leave that subject alone. It was just perplexing. It was just on my mind. And how about this weather? Let's change this subject. Did it not get cold here in the Southeast? Last week, I was sweating, having a good time, feeling the heat from the sun, and like Sunday, it just got cold, and Monday got colder, and the day is still cold. Whew. But they say the warmth is coming. It's just strange to me down here. I've been in the Southeast just about all my life. And to have this kind of weather in May is very unusual to me. I know in Milwaukee, they used to this type of weather this time of year, even in June, but not down here. We normally about 80s, I believe, 78, 80, 85, somewhere around there. We're warm. We're warm. But, only Only nature knows what it's doing. And I've heard somebody say it's part of global warming. I don't believe that. I just think it's something that's in the air, you know. The old man winter, as they can say, he's trying to push his way, keep him going home for the summer, I guess. And maybe he want to start a summer camp or something. Who knows? Um, but that's part of life. I mean, we have to get used to things that we don't want to get used to. It's part of life, part of life. Everything has been good. I did have a subject in mind earlier. My mind got blown today because of the meeting that I was in, and believe it or not, I forgot my subject. Yeah, I had sort of prep for this one. I guess that's what the problem was. See, normally I come in and I ad-lib a little bit about my subject, and we roll on with it, and I'll pull up some data. You know, we'll pick a subject and I'll pull up some data. I know I've been talking about this gay lesbian thing. That may just very well need to be the subject, you know, because it's something that's in our community, and it's something that's happening every day. And when I talk to the people of that community, of the gay lesbian community, they make more money than we do. They have more expendable cash than heterosexuals do. Um, but you got to understand why. They are non-producers. They can't produce offspring, not by themselves, not two women, not two men. They cannot produce. So if this lifestyle continues to grow, then it's a form of genocide.